Hey, what's up, Heretic? Back on track here with part 6, I think? Part 6. How to play Blood Bowl start to finish. Now, we only have a few more of the basic actions to go over, so I thought it would be wise to just combine them. So the last two actions that I want to discuss is the handoff and fouling, and then we can move on to playing sort of like a mock turn, just so you can see how everything fits in together. So, last video we left off with the pass action, and so handoff is a little bit like pass, except that, oh, where's the ball? Uh-oh, hang on. I get the pigskin. I'll be right back. Okay, so where were we? We were discussing the handoff action. So, like pass, you can only hand off once per turn. And the way it works is it's an automatic pass. So it's a little bit safer than passing because you don't have to roll anything. You do, however, have to be right next to your intended target. So let's say Ryder here declares the handoff to Robinson. Okay, so the pass is the handoff's automatic. The catch, however, still needs to be caught. You do get a +1 to catch this. So again, looking at our agility table here, Robinson's agility is 3, +1 would make it 4, so he would need a 3+. And he fails. In which case, he drops the ball, you roll your trusty D8, and consult your scatter template. And our scatter template tells us that the ball lands right in front of him, causing a turnover. And the Skaven would now have a shot to go. Well, they would have their chance to go. So you can see there is still that risk of dropping the ball and causing a turnover, even with a single die roll. So that's something that you always have to get used to in this game. Anytime you roll the dice, you have the risk of ending your turn very abruptly. What I should also mention, I mentioned the +1. Now, you can minus for tackle zones. So, let's say, same action, Ryder is handing off to Robinson. Robinson is now in that gutter runner's tackle zone. You can see there. So I would get the +1 for the handoff, and then a -1 for the tackle zone. So that would effectively take away the +1, and I would need a 4+. And I roll 2 again. The ball would scatter. See where it goes this time, and it goes in the same exact spot. So that's one thing you need to consider. And if the guy happens to be surrounded, the negatives stack. So at this point, he would be same action, +1, -3. Which would take him all the way down to a 1. Because one of the -1 and the +1 would cancel each other out, still leaving me with a -2. -2 from his agility would take him all the way down to a 1. He would need a 6+. Let's see what would happen. And he fails. You'd roll the scatter again. Ooh, new result. Let's see what that goes. Well, in this case, it would go right back to Ryder, who would get a free attempt at the ball. And Ryder would drop it. Clumsy, clumsy humans. And then it would go, it ends up right behind him. It's important to know that if the ball scatters, let's say it's scattered on one of these Skaven. It's a free pickup. You don't get a plus for trying to pick up this ball like you would on a declared attempt. So you would use the Skaven's agility, which is 3, so it's a 4 plus, but you have to minus for that tackle zone. So his 3 plus goes down to a 2 plus, and he would need a 5 or better. And he actually got it. So that's the handoff. The dice didn't want me to show you a successful handoff, so that's okay. Let's move on to fouling. Okay, so fouling's like basically it's kicking a guy down. Kicking a guy while he's down. That's what it is. Sorry, my voice is a little sore today. And you get 1 foul a turn. Just like handoff, just like pass. Okay? So all I have to do is say that Robinson here really doesn't like that gutter runner. You roll 2d6 on the armor, and any doubles means that the ref catches you, in which case the ref caught me. He would be ejected from the game, not allowed to return, and although I did break his armor, so the ensuing injury roll would happen, and 9 would be KO'd. So I knocked out this gutter runner on my end. He ends up in the KO dugout, and I end up in the dead or injured because the ref caught me. So there's the major risk in fouling. Any doubles rolled on either the armor or the injury roll results in the ref catching you. Now you could, there are like there's bribes you can get on the kickoff table, and there's bribes you can do for inducements, but I'll go over those later, which gives you a chance to maybe pay off that ref so he doesn't see anything, because it is Blood Bowl and it is very corrupt. The only thing I should also mention about fouling, let's go back to our example, is you can use assists in fouling. Each assist would give you +1 added to the armor roll. So let's say Robinson again has it out for our little gutter runner. Now he has Patterson, and he has Walton for the assist. So I'm going to add +2 to this armor roll. Doubles again. Wow. The tutorial game has a really active ref. He really doesn't want to take any shenanigans whatsoever. Anyways, 12 plus the 2 assists would give me 14, which is beyond his armor, beyond anybody's armor in the game. Even though Robinson is kicked out again, I would still get to roll on the injury. And this time I roll a 7, which is only stunning the player, which he is face down. Okay, so while I got a few minutes, there's a couple of things I think I should cover when it comes to players being knocked down. So we have here a Skaven gutter runner who's been stunned. Basically, what that means is on the Skaven's next turn, he spends the entire turn rolling over. Now, if he was just simply knocked down, like he is right there, on the Skaven's turn, he could stand up at a cost of 3 squares of movement. So I think that's about it. I think we covered all the basics, and I think we're ready for our first actual turn in Blood Bowl. So let's do that for our next video.